Our lead story tonight is the exit poll just coming in. And remember, this is the first round of the semi-final to 2024. So that's why every election, every seat, every state is being tracked closely. So Ankit, 3 states done. And what are the exit polls already predicting?
Well, if you go by the exit poll, and let me also give a word of caution to our viewers. In fact, the results are going to come on second, but the exit polls at this moment gives a clear edge to the Bharatiya Janata Party in at least 2 of the 3 states that had gone to polls. Tripura and Nagaland is going to stay with the Bharatiya Janata Party, though the BJP could be losing Meghalaya. But there are technicalities as far as Meghalaya is concerned, because NPP, the partner of the BJP, that they were in alliance for the last 5 years, both the parties fought the election separately. The NPP is emerging as the single largest party, just short of the majority. Though the BJP has enough numbers, if both the parties want to come together, they would be able to, in fact, form the government. Meanwhile, talking about the state of Tripura, where the BJP had a huge rise in 2018 from a 2% to almost 44%. It seems that the BJP is going to consolidate further in the state of Tripura. Poll of polls from the 3, in fact, exit polls of Tripura which have come so far, the Times Now, India Today, and also the Z Network, all 3 of them make the BJP alliance the single largest alliance, with 2 of them giving the BJP a majority, 1 just shying short of the majority. For the left in the Congress alliance, the Congress, in fact, in for a grand zero, at least that is the consensus as far as the 3 exit polls are concerned. Meanwhile, the left parties have also not been able to perform up to the expectations that they have. If the poll is concerned in Tripura, they are down at least 9 seats. But the surprise factor is the Tripura Motha, the new party which has come across in Tripura. Sonia, it is leading out of the 20 tribal seats. It is expected to win 9 to 16 seats. So that is going to be a big jump as far as Tripura is concerned. Nagaland, it seems that BJP and the alliance partner NDTV are going all the way. They won't need anybody's support. Meghalaya still seems interesting, and that's the place where the TMC has been able to find some political ground as well.
That's really interesting, because as you've seen them, it's a national party so far, it's the BJP, and when other national parties come in, who do they actually benefit? In a sense, does that vote consolidate to the national party? And the regional parties are really showing a strong showing. In fact, the BJP in Nagaland is because of the strong regional alliance they have there. So Himanta Sharma, of course, the master strategist of this area. Will it work for him? Will it be 3 out of 3, or will they lose the key state there of Meghalaya? But remember, exit polls are just projections. They should come with a very, very serious health warning. What the big story is also today, that 2 states voted today, Meghalaya and Nagaland, and Ratnadeep and Vedant were on the ground for that.
Crucial polls for Meghalaya and Nagaland coming to an end this evening, days after another northeastern state, Tripura, also voted. Together, these 3 states have kicked off the crucial battle for the 2024 national election. In Meghalaya, polling in 59 out of the 60 constituencies witnessed a multi-cornered fight between several parties. The BJP made a strong pitch against its own ally, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma's NPP. The TMC has tried hard to win a state beyond Bengal. The biggest fight was in South Tura. BJP's controversial Bernard Marek, arrested last year, accused of running a prostitution racket, taking on CM Conrad Sangma.
In spite of we voting for this one, CM, even myself, even my family, and even the voters of South Tura, all have been deprived, and we feel that justice should prevail.
This time we are seeing a multi-cornered fight, and the fact that there are multiple parties that are coming in, and in a way the parties which are against the National People's Party, which is our party, are many. So therefore the anti-votes that are there among who are there against us, we will see a split in that. So the fact that there are more political parties, I personally feel that it's going to benefit.
In the 59 constituencies, there are 369 candidates who are in the fray, including 36 women. And talking about women, out of over 21 lakh voters in Meghalaya, women actually outnumber men in this multi-corner elections between national parties and the regional parties.
In Nagaland, community prayers for a peaceful election, women voters in large numbers and feasts outside polling booths. While the BJP-NDTV alliance, led by CM nephew Rio, looks to make a comeback in the state, the biggest opposition party was the Naga People's Front.
What I believe is NDTV and BJP will get absolute majority.
Right.
So the need of taking others or not does not arise. In that time when the situation comes, if situation demands, then we will see.
NDTV and BJP alliance, they did their best to uproot this Naga National Front.
Right.
Because this is the only party which has its root on the Naga soil.
Right.
I said other political parties they falls under the category of tourism.
Much has been promised for the people of Northeast. Peace, development and bringing down militancy in this far end of India are some of the major promises made by all the major political parties in the fray. Well, what happens on the 2nd of March when results for Meghalaya, Nagaland and Tripura actually come out will have a crucial impact in the big battle of 2024. With Ratnadeep Chaudhary in Meghalaya and camera person Sanjay Chakravarti Vedant for NDTV.
Well, moving to the other big political story tonight, and that's the arrest of Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister and Education Minister Manish Sisodia, who's today been sent to CBI custody till Saturday. Today, across the country, the AAP held protests.
मनीष जी कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? Do you want to say something, मनीष जी? कोई मैसेज कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? आप हमें खत्म कर दीजिए, पूरी पार्टी को खत्म कर दीजिए, सबको जेल में डाल दीजिए. Is it not your duty to first of all sack the corrupt deputy CM?
So Arvind joining us for more, who's been tracking the story and first broke it. Arvind, in court today, we've seen heated arguments there between the CBI and Manish Sisodia's lawyer about the point of who actually has responsibility for what the CBI claims is a scam. Just summarize for us what the main arguments were today and why the court agreed to the CBI demand of 5 days of custody.
Sonia, CBI, after arresting Manish Sisodia, produced him before the CBI court, wherein the agency sought 5 days of custody on the main ground that Sisodia was not cooperating with the investigation, and that seems to be the only ground the agency invoked while seeking 5 days of custody of Manish Sisodia, wherein they also said that this case is mostly connected with documents. Documents are voluminous, and there are several statements that the agency has to confront with Manish Sisodia, and that's why they sought for 5 days of custody. But getting into the merits of the case, the agency raised level 3 main allegations against Manish Sisodia. One, the agency said that when the agency seized the computer of Manish Sisodia sometime on January 14 this year, that's when the agency stumbled to an evidence that showed that the draft copy of the GOM, the group of ministers draft copy on this Delhi liquor policy, was retrieved from the system of Manish Sisodia. But that's not the case. The important crux of this matter is that that particular draft copy had 3 important clauses, changes. One, the profit margin was enhanced from 5% to 12%. Second one, the ceiling of the eligibility criteria was increased from 100 crore to 500 crore. And third one, the legal opinion, the legal expert opinion was removed from the GOM draft copy. And that's where the agency sources say that this particular draft copy was not, it originated from the system of Manish Sisodia, but not from the ministry. And that's where the agency claimed this entire changes made to the Delhi liquor policy by Manish Sisodia's office himself, but not from the ministry. So it cannot be called as a policy decision. So and that's where the agency said that they needed to confront Manish Sisodia with the statement and also with the evidence.
No, so let's just look, because Arvind, just taking up that point, because it seems to be a larger web that the CBI and ED are seeking to construct around the role of not just Manish Sisodia, but also of Arvind Kejriwal. The AAP is saying, of course, that this is a diversion tactic, that this is not what, that there's not an ounce of proof is being done because the BJP is scared of AAP. But what are the actual proof? What's the actual proof the CBI has against Manish Sisodia, and why are they questioning Arvind Kejriwal's aid as well?
On that particular question, Sonia, on evidence against Manish Sisodia, this particular document that the agency retrieved from the system of Manish Sisodia, according to the agency, this particular document originated from someone outside the system. The company, in fact, according to them, the group gave this document, they drafted this entire policy in order to benefit them, so that in turn they can give kickback to Aam Aadmi Party, and that's where the agency wants to question Manish Sisodia, because this particular file, the copy of the file didn't originate from the ministry but from the system of Manish Sisodia, and that's where they want to question Manish Sisodia. Coming to your second part of the question, that even the Enforcement Directorate also questioned the deputy or the secretary of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. That is in connection with the statement that has been given by Samir Mahindra, according to who is also an accused in this particular case. He has given a statement saying that Vijay Nair, the Aam Aadmi Party functionary, he facilitated a call, video, a FaceTime call between Samir Mahindra and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and that particular call was routed through the mobile of Chief Minister's Secretary Vaibhav Kumar, and that's where the agency questioned Vaibhav Kumar also. Vaibhav Kumar is not the only person who has been questioned by the agencies in this particular case. Even Satyendra Jain has also been questioned by both CBI and ED in this particular case, and also Jasmine Shah, another Aam Aadmi Party functionary, has also been questioned by the agency. So what we are being told is that the agency is looking into the role of senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders, including the Chief Minister's Secretary, Deputy Chief Minister Satyendra Jain, and also Kailas Gehlot is also another person who is also under the radar of the agency.
If they're going by this, the CBI seems to be looking. 2 of 7 ministers of the Delhi cabinet are currently in jail. They're now expanding that web further. But the point remains, how much of this can actually be proved in court? Is it about the process being the punishment? Well, opposition parties have also come together to back Manish Sisodia, saying that this is a complete violation. This is an undeclared emergency. Even the Congress, whose local leaders had supported the arrest yesterday, today issued a statement condemning the investigating agencies. Also, the BJP, who's called Manish Sisodia the Sharab Mantri, is now saying that if Arvind Kejriwal is honest, he should sack his deputy chief minister.
Aam Aadmi Party workers protesting in Delhi and other places against the BJP over the arrest of Manish Sisodia. Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister was arrested by the CBI on Sunday.
CBI ED कुछ नहीं है, जो सब कुछ हो रहा है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के मुख्यालय से हो रहा है. वही लोग हैं जो बताते हैं कि आज इसको गिरफ्तार करना है, आज इसके ऊपर झूठा मुकदमा करना है, आज इन लोगों को पकड़ना है, और हम पूरे देश को दिखाना चाहते हैं किस तरीके से इन सभी एजेंसीज का दुरुपयोग हो रहा है.
Sisodia's arrest has united the opposition, except for the Congress, which ironically finds itself on the same side as the BJP, supporting the arrest.
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, having taken oath under the Constitution, are you not supposed to abide with the law of the country? Is it not your duty to first of all sack the corrupt deputy CM, and then second, ensure that he cooperates with the investigating agency?
Many in the opposition say that they should unite to defeat the BJP in next year's election, even as Sisodia's arrest exposes the difficulties.
असल मुद्दा था, उससे जो है ध्यान तो जिसकी जांच की मांग हो रही थी, जिस चीज को लेके, वो तो कौन होगी, और हमने तो कई बार बोला कि किस प्रकार से इन लोगों का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, इसलिए इसमें कोई आश्चर्य होने वाली बात नहीं है.
However, Congress spokesperson and top advocate Abhishek Singhvi tweeted, supporting Sisodia as a lawyer of his, calling his arrest an example of repeated, flagrant and shameless misuse of arrest power.
Most of the opposition parties have condemned the arrest of Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia and have flagged the alleged misuse of central agencies at the behest of ruling party in centre, while Congress has welcomed this arrest, again exposing the fault lines in the opposition unity. With camera person Sanjay Kaushik, this is Arvind Gunasekar for NDTV.
And expect lots more political developments and drama in 2023 because, of course, with 9 states voting this year, the political tension is high. So 3 states voting ended today. Tripura first last week, today Nagaland and Meghalaya, and the BJP focus has already shifted to state number 4. The Prime Minister was in Karnataka today, where elections will be held next. Besides inaugurating a new airport, he did a road show as well in the BJP bastion of Belagavi, where the Prime Minister effusively praised the ex-Chief Minister, the tallest BJP leader of the state, Yediyurappa.
The first roadshow by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the campaign for Karnataka, picking the BJP bastion of Belagavi district. Last time, the BJP won big here, 13 of the 18 seats in the 2018 elections. This time, it's left with no top leader from the Lingayat, a dominant community, and are banking on Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
बीते कुछ वर्षों में कर्नाटका का विकास अभिवृद्धि के रथ पर चल चुका है। ये अभिवृद्धि रथ प्रगति पथ पर दौड़ रहा है।
Nowadays in India, Modi is the face for everyone. So we are having Modi, a leader of not only India, a world leader. So we will manage it. I have that much confidence.
A series of setbacks has put the BJP on the back foot. The recent one being BJP's Lingayat strongman B.S. Yediyurappa announcing retirement from electoral politics. Last year, we went on to see Minister Umesh Katti's death and also Deputy Speaker Anand Mamani's as well. Prior to that, in 2021, Ramesh Jarkiholi, a water resources minister, was forced to step down after being involved in sex for jobs scandal, and that has left a leadership void in the BJP.
The Prime Minister began the visit by meeting B.S. Yediyurappa and showering praise on him.
उन्होंने अपना जीवन गरीबों के कल्याण के लिए, किसानों के कल्याण के लिए समर्पित किया है। वो सार्वजनिक जीवन जीने वाले प्रत्येक व्यक्ति के लिए प्रेरणा है। सफलता की इस ऊंचाई पर पहुंचकर भी किस तरह व्यवहार में विनम्रता बनी रहनी चाहिए, उनका जीवन हमेशा हमेशा प्रेरणा देने वाला है।
The BJP's relationship with Yediyurappa is complicated. He's the strongest leader from the Lingayat community, a powerful section of the voters. The party replaced him as Chief Minister in 2021, as he was above its bar of 75 years old. Yediyurappa wanted his younger son, his political heir, to be in the BJP government which replaced his. That was denied. Now he's announced his son will get a ticket without a go-ahead from the party's top brass. In what appears to be a sweetener, Yediyurappa has declared he will not contest the upcoming elections. If he did, he would have been seen as a chief ministerial candidate. In Shivamogga, the Prime Minister opened the lotus-shaped airport in Yediyurappa's constituency, which is expected to boost connectivity to central Karnataka. This is Prime Minister's 5th visit to the poll-bound state. Today, he released the 13th installment of cash payouts of rupees 2,000 each to eligible farmers. That's more than 16,800 crores or over $2 billion, including to almost 2 lakh beneficiaries in Nagaland and 20,000 in Meghalaya, where voting was held earlier in the day.
Belagavi determines poll outcomes for the BJP. The region accounts for the highest population of the Lingayats, an influential community which constitutes nearly 17% of the Karnataka's population. However, the district has no Lingayat face and they are heavily dependent on central leaders. In Belagavi with Kumar Srija for NDTV.
Well, in other news, the Air India CEO has spoken exclusively to NDTV on the airline's mega plans. He also talked about the infamous urination incident in the plane. He admitted that Air India should have done more, but he pointed out the degradation in passenger behavior, saying that our crew faces abusive behavior every day, suggesting that the no-fly rules need to be amended and much stricter.
In India, there is a very complicated process to suspend people from travelling, which is quite unusual compared to most of the world. And I think perhaps there should be a little bit more discretion left to the airline to unilaterally take decisions to deny someone carriage when they have, particularly when they've threatened crew, when they've threatened other passengers. I think as a society we perhaps need to take a look at this. A day goes by without us receiving some report from crew on behaviour on board the aircraft. And so much of it stems from people consuming alcohol before they even get on the aircraft, or them being upset when they're not continued to serve alcohol on board the aircraft. And in the vast majority of cases, the people that suffer the abuse, be it verbal, sometimes physical, are our crew.
That was Campbell Wilson. Watch that full interview at 10 o'clock. But in other news, the stock markets ended lower today for the 7th straight session. The Nifty falling again, ending at 17,392. The Sensex falling by 175 points, closing at 59,288. Metal and IT shares declined the most. The major reasons for the decline are the strong dollar and the US rate hike fears, which are denting investor sentiment. In fact, foreign institutional investors have sold over 6,500 crores in February. The rupee weakened by 9 paise, ending at 82 rupees 84 paise to the dollar. In other news, the mystery over the origin of the COVID-19 virus continues, but another US department, the Department of Energy, has in its assessment claimed that a laboratory leak is the most likely cause of the pandemic that caused lakhs of deaths across the world.
An accidental lab leak is what is most likely to have caused the coronavirus pandemic, claims a new report by the United States Energy Department. The report goes on to say it was not a case of animal to human transmission at a wet market in Wuhan, as suspected by many. Experts studying the cause of the coronavirus pandemic remain divided on the source of the virus. Speaking to the American broadcaster CNN, the National Security Advisor of the United States of America said that the intelligence community has not arrived at a conclusion on the origins of the coronavirus pandemic. The coronavirus pandemic, or the COVID-19 pandemic, caused 68,50,594 deaths worldwide. With Saurabh Gupta, this is Divya Vadva for NDTV.